Next question, John Keogh.
Thanks, Minister. John Keogh from the Australian Financial Review, and you've certainly had a baptism of fire in the new portfolio. I'm just thinking about internationally at the moment, further to Jacob's question, there's been criticisms of the G7 overnight supposedly backsliding on some of their climate commitments and outlook and use of gas. But just more broadly beyond that, we've seen Germany fire up mothballed coal-fired powered stations. China's premier in the last couple of days has encouraged more coal-fired generation because of concerns about blackouts. And the UK has also cancelled subsidies for electric vehicles. So there does seem to be a bit of a shift in international thinking on climate and energy at the moment. Are you worried that there's a loss of ambition now, but more pertinently that the road to net zero, the emissions reduction, could be a lot more bumpy because of the energy crunch that we're now experiencing and countries reacting to that?
Well, I guess, John, yes, it is going to be bumpy, but I'm not particularly surprised by that. I mean, I think that was inevitably going to be the case. But I actually don't... No, I'm not worried about a backsliding of ambition, because I think serious leaders around the world get it, that actually the transformation is more important than before. If you don't want to be reliant on gas, it's more important to be increasing your renewables. Yes, there's short-term challenges, people having to, in our case, try and get our existing coal-fired power stations working when they're breaking down and getting coal to them. That's been a challenge for me and my state and territory colleagues in recent weeks. But all that is a daily reminder to me, and at some points during this crisis, 4 or 5 times a day, in my briefings or email, about how important this transformation is and how it's more important that we get on with it, so that if this situation happens again in a couple of years' time, AEMO can say to me at that point, well, it's OK, Minister, because we've got all these batteries that we're calling on now, we've got all this storage, we've got an improved transmission line so we can get the power more efficiently through. It's OK because we're developing this green hydrogen plan, so we're in a much better place than we were a few years ago. That's why it's important.
OK, yep. Next question, Julie Hare.
Minister, thank you for your speech. Julie Hare, also from the Australian Financial Review. Apologies for that. And I'm also a director of the National Press Club.
Financial Reviews never enough.
Yeah, we're en masse today. On Tuesday's state budget, the Queensland government massively increased royalties from coal mining. I'm just trying to get your thoughts on that, what that means for Australia's energy transition, and whether maybe other coal-rich states such as New South Wales should follow suit.
Oh, I have no idea whether any other state's contemplating that. It's a matter for them. But I completely understand the need for states to ensure fair revenue for their residents from the resources that are under their ground.
Is it a super profits tax?
I wouldn't have thought so, but it's an increase in royalties, which is entirely a matter for state governments and entirely appropriate for them to ensure a fair share for the residents of their state.
Thank you.